mountains, music are the splendors of nature and history that unites all the beautiful towns of Marche region. To explore and admire this unusual beauty, I started my trip with San Bartolo, which is also a natural reserve. They say you don't need magic to disappear. All you need is a destination, and this time the magical place is Pesaro. This place has amazing theatres and historical museums. But one thing that Pesaro is known for has to be that it was the home of the famous composer Rossini, who lived his early life here. I'm going to visit now Rossini's house. Rossini is a very famous music composer, जो कि early 19th century के बहुत famous composer थे, and that's where he lived, and I'm going to see the house. So every Italian city is full of museums and the old history, and I'm going to visit a beautiful town called Pesaro, and this city has many national monuments. Rossini was born in 1792 during the early 19th century. Rossini and his family used to live here, but today it's a national museum. Rossini was born in the family of musicians, and at the age of 6, he started playing the triangle in his father's musical band. So this is the room where Rossini was born, and these are the portraits of his parents, and his mother was born in Pesaro. So famous composer Rossini lived here at the age of 50. उसके बाद वो Bologna, Rome and Paris, and finally London में जाके settle हो गए. The musical instrument you see here was Rossini's first ever instrument, and it's called clavichord, which is very similar to the piano. Rossini wrote amongst 39 operas, as this was a trend during the 19th century. कहते रोज़िनी इतने लेजी और ब्रिलियंट कंपोजर थे कि जब भी उनके कॉम्पोजिशन लिखते लिखते नीचे गिर जाते थे तो वो उन्हें वापस उठाते नहीं थे, बल्कि फिर से एक नई कॉम्पोजिशन बना लेते थे. Rossini used to share this rented accommodation with many other families, and later on he bought his own villa in Paris. Rossini had donated his property and villa to the region of Pesaro, and this is the will which he drafted in 1858, and this is the copy of the newspaper where the will is written. Rossini was all in my mind, and my next place where my guide took me was another piece of art. It was the theatre where Rossini used to play his compositions. This was built in 1818 and this was restored in 1934. And this is the theatre where Rossini used to perform. Rossini Opera Festival is held in Pesaro every year during the month of September, and people from all over the world come to listen to his famous compositions. I can just imagine the amount of people and the great performances happening over here. I wish I could have seen one of them. As I say, traveling is an inspiration, so my next destination was Urbino. Urbino is one of the main towns of Marche region. This ancient town is carved so beautifully with incredible palaces. and people who are fond of art must take a visit. जैसे मैंने कहा, यहाँ के palaces have a lot to say about history. Ducale Palace was one of them. This palace was begun for Duke Federico in 15th century. Since Renaissance period and further in 20th century, this palace was used as government building with public collection, and various sculptures were restored.
Very famous painter Raffaello was born in Urbino. We're going to go and see his house.
Yeah, why not?
My guide took me to real art museum of this palace.
So this is one of his first works, one of his first paintings. And this is Raffaello. He looks like a girl in this picture, but as I said, he was a very good-looking man.
His paintings used to have a lot of clarity and detailing, as he was also an architect of the High Renaissance. Every painting of his used to have a classical touch in it.
La Fortellina. This is the lady Raffaello loved.
These small towns have such artistic and creative personalities who made history more interesting. My journey to Pesaro and Urbino was completed, and I cherish every bit of it. Marche is a jewel in Italy.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel Travel with Deepti Bhatnagar and follow me on Twitter and Facebook.